on, y'all? So, I didn't want to leave out of here without doing this, right? So, I'm gonna give my, I want to give my NFL awards prediction, right? Because I don't know when it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen sometime after the Super Bowl. I think probably a week or two afterwards. So, I kind of just want to give my predictions out the way, give it to y'all now. I'm not going to give my Super Bowl prediction just yet, but I do want to give my awards out the way. So my first award is going to be Coach of the Year, and I got to give that to Andy Reid. I got to give it to Andy Reid because the team played a lot better than last year. The defense is slightly better than last year, even though they had more close games this year than last year. They found a way to pull it off. You know, and then what? They went 13-3 last year, and this year they went 14-2. But I think that's pretty impressive for you guys to be, you know, the reigning Super Bowl champs and still find a way to have the best record in the league. I think it's pretty dope. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Chase Young, and I don't think he's even close. Matter of fact, I don't even know who the second place player might be for that award, but I think Chase Young had an amazing year. He got nodded to a Pro Bowl already, and I think he's going to continue to be the leader of that loaded defensive line and that loaded defense. Now, if they can get in, I don't know how long Alex Smith is going to hold up, but if they can get themselves an offense, that Washington team is going to be really, really good, and it's going to cause problems for everybody. My offensive Rookie of the Year. This one's a little tough. Do I want to go Justin Herbert, or do I want to go Justin Jefferson? And to be honest with you, I'm leaning toward Justin Jefferson, right? Because he was top 5 in receiving yards. Like he played alongside a very good receiver in Adam Thielen, right? And so, but he was the person who would see double teams a lot. And I think that is a real good trajectory when it comes to a young receiver playing alongside a great receiver, and you are the person who is getting double teamed when people don't even know who you are until halfway through the year. Like your first 8 games is kind of like trying to find out who you really are, like trying to get tape on you. And when they get tape on you halfway through the year, they're starting to get a feel of who you are. And so for you to receive double team halfway through on the back end of the year, I think that's really dope. Now Justin Herbert definitely had a good season. He definitely killed it. I think his problem now, and I'm not counting wins against him. I just think Justin Jefferson had a better season than he did. But the reason why the Chargers didn't make the playoffs and they should have was because there were too many mistakes in the fourth quarter. They had too many leads in the second half and blew it. And Justin Herbert was the reason for it some of the time. Like he threw interceptions, or they would get a lot of 3 and outs. They wouldn't score. Like on good teams too. And I think they could have been a good playoff team had they kept the leads in the second half. They always beat the Chiefs. They always beat the Bucks. They always beat the Saints. And they let them off the hook. So I think their season would have changed if they would have got those wins off. But we'll find out next year. Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not going TJ Watt. I'm not going Myles Garrett. I'm going Xavier Howard. And of course, I'm a little biased when it comes to corners and safeties because, I was a cornerback in the day. But 10 interceptions in the NFL is hard to do. I know T.J. Watt led the league in sacks. You know, I know that. I know that for a fact. But Xavier Howard, he didn't just get lucky catching 10 interceptions. Like, he fought for a lot of those balls. He jumped for them picks. Like, he had great defense on a lot of great receivers. And now, I'm just going off of just you having 10 interceptions, because Stephon Gilmore last year won Defensive Player of the Year, and I think he only had 7 interceptions. But he was also like locked down. Like, he locked down receivers all year up until he ran into Devontae Parker. But I ain't talking about that. So I got Xavier Howard as my Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, I got Derrick Henry. I don't see how you can rush for over 2,000 yards and not only not get Offensive Player of the Year, but not be considered for MVP. I don't have an MVP, but at least be considered for it. Now, Stephon Diggs was second on this list to me because he changed Josh Allen's life. Like Stephon Diggs was the reason why Josh Allen, to me, won Comeback Player of the Year, because that's my next award. But in terms of going back to Offensive Player of the Year, yeah, Derrick Henry had a monster year. There were games where he rushed for over 150. He had 4 games where he rushed for over 200 yards. Like, Derrick Henry was unstoppable. And the last game of the year where he needed over 150 yards to get to 2,000, he got over 170. Like, I think, that man is an absolute beast. But he ran into 2 defensive stoppers in the middle in the playoff game. But, it is what it is. But like I said before, Comeback Player of the Year, Josh Allen. Completion percentage, way up. Total yards, way up. Touchdowns, way up. Team, first in the division, second in the conference. And they made it to the AFC Championship game for the first time in over 20-something years. So that was before I even started watching football. So to see the Buffalo Bills where they are, I think, Josh Allen has a real bright future in Buffalo. Real bright. So my MVP goes to Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not even looking in the playoffs. Playoffs don't count. But in terms of the regular season, outside of the Bucks and maybe that Jaguars game, Aaron Rodgers played unbelievably. Like, I've never seen a quarterback throw for over 45 touchdowns and only throw 5 picks. The touchdown to interception ratio is absolutely phenomenal. And I think that's absolutely amazing. Like, I don't think Tom Brady ever done that. I don't know any other quarterback that has ever done that. He only had one dominant receiver. Like, it wasn't like he had a handful of weapons like Pat Mahomes or Tom Brady. Like, he didn't have he doesn't have a lot of weapons, like dangerous weapons to work with. But when it comes to Devontae Adams, that dude is a freaking monster. He used Aaron Jones and Scantling and Lazard came on halfway through the year. But in terms of the MVP, yeah, I think it's Aaron Rodgers. But my second was Pat Mahomes. But, Aaron Rodgers, my MVP. And that's my award ceremony, man. I thank y'all for watching and thank y'all for tuning in.